Hello, everyone. Welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So the setup is a bit different because it's darker, because it's later, and we're not using natural light because this has been an epic journey, a long reading. This is a 3-part reading. So basically, the pick a card reading today that is timeless as always. We're looking at the next 6 months, whether it's now in real time as I upload this, or if it's in 6 months from now, your 6 months can start. Whenever you find it, we're trying to make sure we, in doing these 3 parts, we're trying to make sure that we are continuing on that detailed path that we like to have on this channel. I read all of your comments. I appreciate the love. I love how you're all talking about how it's like personal readings, how it's really detailed. So I figured that because we're doing 6 months out, I wanted to really make sure I got into that energy of making sure that it is detailed. So you're going to pick your part 1, which is here. You're going to pick your part 2, which you can see in the description box, and I'll put the links. And then you're going to put part 3 based on your zodiac sign. So I don't want to spend too much time because I don't want this to be longer than it needs to. So I'm just going to get right into it. Again, the information is in the description box below. And as you select your sections, there's more information. Okay. So I'll give you a moment to select your first pile. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3 from left to right like normal. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, pile 1, if you selected that Smoky Quartz crystal, then this is your pick a card reading. So today we're going to be looking at the next 6 months, general life, career, love, whatever comes through. And honestly, the energy coming through already for you as I shuffled for these 3 cards is really exciting, pile 1. Like, it is time. Okay, the next 6 months, you're really not waiting anymore. Things are building, things are manifesting physically in 3D, okay? You have 2 of 3 cards that are pentacles. Now, in this deck, they are stones, but that's heavy, physical, earth-based energy, okay? Earth is very stable, right? That is endurance. That's something that's been in the works for a while, okay? Very slow moving energy, something you've been waiting for, like waiting for a while, working on for a while, especially because you have 7 of stones, okay? Now, that same card, the 7 of stones, which is the pentacles, at the center, especially, it's a signal of harvest. Now, intuitively, that Merlin card to the right of it, it feels like an older, wiser, more experienced person, most likely masculine, is going to be key in offering some information, some advice, or just assisting you directly in a situation that you've been working towards. Just again, for some time. There's an emphasis on for some time in this pile. And that's all going to start to manifest within the next 6 months. And this could be related to career, money, finances, a home. I'm seeing specifically for some of you, it could be the stability of a connection, romantic or otherwise. But a key theme is stabilizing. That's the key theme here. And with 2 of stones, finding balance, like seeing the results of the seeds you planted that time ago. With that 7 of pentacles, I'm seeing everything that you've been actively manifesting, even though you've taken the initiation of wanting to actively manifest these things, especially with Merlin, there's been a lot of fear, a lot of hesitation to put yourself out there, okay? Like, you're excited and these things are manifesting, but I feel like part of why this has been something in the works for quite some time is you've almost, I don't want to say you've been delaying it. Everything happens as it should, but there has been some hesitation, some uncertainty as it relates to your perspective. So And I'm seeing that by looking at the imagery of these cards. So if you look at that Two of Stones, there's the bear, right? The little cub. The cub is trying to find the right angle, the right approach, like find its footing, its balance to take that next step from the stone that it's on, the stone that it's on, to the stone that it's trying to get to, right? That's the perspective I'm seeing coming through for you, Pile One. Yes, you're definitely that bear cub in that first card, hesitating to take that next step from one stone to the other. And then if you look at the next imagery on the Seven of Stones, you have that woman. She's tucked away, hiding literally under 7 stones, waiting for the right time, waiting for the appropriate moment to play her song. She's holding an instrument, right? Like she's been there for quite some time. That's a theme here. And as you can see, with all of the plants growing around her, like it's been a long time, okay? And whatever that hesitation is that you're experiencing, that you've been feeling, the wizard, the masculine I described in that Merlin card, that person may be key. That person may be related to an opportunity for resolution of that situation, okay? Expect help, especially since that card, the Merlin card, is also the hero, okay? So it's indicating that in the next 6 months, there's going to be a major glow up for you. Lots of success, lots of accomplishments, lots of recognition, okay? Now, this recognition is due. It is, again, long time coming. It's earned because that 7 of Stones, you put in a lot of work to experience this harvest that's coming in. So don't shy away from that praise and attention as those other 2 cards that I just talked about indicate you're likely to do. Like, I can tell that that's more your nature, those 2 earth cards, the 2 stones, the 2 of Stones and the 7 of Stones, that hesitation, that shying away, that's you. You're being encouraged to step into the light, be more of that hero energy. Honestly, you feel like the type of person to actively pray and manifest, like, for example, your dream job, money, the love of your life. Then you get really nervous when you get it. So you're going to have to stop that, Pile One, if you want to experience this progression that's approaching, that will be available to you within the next 6 months. And this deck is a unique deck in that each card kind of has like its key word associated with it. So that was interesting as like when I first got it as I was reading the book. So I'm going to incorporate that into this reading. So the 2 of Stones, the key word is trust. And for the 7 of Stones, the key word is regret. So I do believe that gives a clearer perspective on the imagery. Lots of energy based on these words, especially combined with that Merlin, like with Merlin, who, like, because that card is traditionally the Fool. So let me develop that. Okay, because I'm seeing lots of scenarios here. So, okay, let me just pick the main ones. So because again, the keywords are trust in the 2 of Stones, regret in the 7 of Stones, and then that Merlin, the hero, is traditionally the Fool. So you can see kind of where I'm going with this. If you took a direction down a path that kind of ended up being a misstep or feeling like a mistake, it wasn't. If you held yourself back, hesitated on something, and you kind of feel like you waited too long on it, you didn't. If you fear moving too quickly, if you fear making mistakes, let that go, because again, I'm going to say it again, it's important. We have an order: trust, regret, the Fool. You're overly critical as it relates to yourself and your progress. Now, the front part, Merlin, the wizard, the active manifester, right? The Fool card, traditionally, it's the first of it's the first of the major arcana. a signifier of new beginnings and journeys within the next 6 months, right? Because that's a literal message, right? So you'll be stepping into a whole new era. Like, I'm seeing a lot of you, this is all relating to a specific situation, especially as you're watching this, like you have some specific situations in mind, but I want you to know, like, this is a whole kind of new situation in general. So it's not one situation. A lot of you is going to be a new career, new love, new home, just new life in general, like a complete glow up in multiple areas of your life, not just one. Yeah, that was important for me to share. Side note, if you've been super busy juggling multiple projects, or if you're just overwhelmed, like the Two of Pentacles can traditionally signify, and just know that all that you're doing is going to be worth it, and that energy is going to slow down within the next 6 months with that Seven of Pentacles, right? But back to that full energy, that is a card of opportunity. So whatever stagnation you've been experiencing is going to begin to flow through within the next 6 months, right? And I'm not going to lie, it's going to be suddenly, it's going to be abruptly, as the Fool is traditionally ruled by Uranus in astrology. So that is the planet of shocks, surprises, innovation, right? I'm hearing the words cultural shift, okay? So Uranus also rules, which is relevant to the points I just made, the unexpected. But the key theme I'm getting for this pile specifically is innovation. So there's going to be a shift in perspective. There's going to be something that shifts within your immediate environment that allows some form of advancement or some sort of development. I know that feels vague, but it can apply to anything, okay? But due to the unexpected nature of the situation, something that was previously not an option will open up and become available, right? I'm hearing the words cultural shift, or a completely new opportunity that no one considered, like that may be created, or something's going to arise for you as it relates to your life, okay? And you're feeling very highly favored right now, Pile One. Like the next 6 months, situations, opportunities are going to open up for you that no one else has access to with these cards that you have and the energy that's coming through. Like situations will advance like magic, literally. And not only are you highly favored, but you're also feeling heavily protected. Again, if you have opportunities that no one else has access to, clearly that's protection, right? But I'm seeing that more so because your success with the cards that I'm seeing is going to benefit other people, right? So no one can kind of knock whatever advancement you're trying to get, like whatever it is you're working towards building, trying to do, it benefits other people. So like the universe is going to protect that because there's other people. It's not just about you, right? It's not a selfish advancement, right? Self-serving advancement. But I do see that the success benefits other people, especially those of you that are here looking into situations regarding to your career or work, right? Because your work, your service, it makes a lot of other people's lives easier with that hero card. And you may be called to purchase the crystal that you selected, honestly, because the Smoky Quartz is a very grounding and protective and healing as it relates to past traumas. And I'm feeling you may need that. So I'm getting a channel song. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to do like I normally do and post it in the description box below, and I'll probably just shuffle for another song because I like to give you options, and I'm probably going to do that for each of the first section because we're doing this in threes, as I'm going to mention in the intro. So yes, maybe looking to get in a Smoky Quartz crystal, Pile One. Don't forget to select from the second part and the third part as well. That is all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, pile 2, if you selected this orange calcite, I think that's what that is, then this is your pick a card reading. So we're going to look at the next 6 months. It's a general reading. It could just be life, career, love, whatever situation has been plaguing you or that may be coming into your life soon. We're just going to get in here and see. And I'm slowing down the energy a bit. I'm trying to, at least, because as I was shuffling, like, I could tell you were in a rush. I'm not gonna lie. Like pile 2, you are moving. You are you are literally moving at a rapid pace, and it's just like slow down a little bit, because like even as I'm like I was trying to get the cards and I'm like, stop rushing. That was what I was saying to you. I wasn't even filming, but I was already talking to you. That is the energy that we are in right now, because now that the cards are laid, I can see why you're rushing so much, and you still have to slow down a little bit and stop, because whether you realize it or not, pile 2, I'm sorry if I've been saying pile 1, maybe you wanted to select that one as well, but whether or not you realize it, you're highly psychic. Okay, in your mind, you probably, like, I'm feeling like those of you that don't think you're psychic or don't realize that you are, you probably just think that like you just have really accurate foresight, that you're just really good at being able to see potential outcomes, right? Like you're just able to see ahead of time based on like how you evaluate present circumstances, basically. So you're just naturally able to see where things are headed. Okay, so like, ooh, yeah, you smart. You're really smart. And like I can already, just the way the messages are coming in, I can tell it's high intellect here. So there's a very high level of intelligence stepping into the pile. So I'm realizing that your intelligence and that higher perspective that you have is why your nerves are so bad. Like you have a really bad nerves, pile 2. Like it's making my nerves bad. And trying to do the reading and tapping into the energy. So basically, sometimes you're a little too smart for your own good. And with the visionary card, which is the first card that you have, sometimes you see outcomes too far in advance. Like you see it so far in advance, so early, that you begin to rush the process. Like you can see like if you're asking about career, you can see where you want to be in 10 years and you're already trying to get there. If you see a person that you just met and you clicked with them on a romantic level, like you can already see yourself married. Like that's how far ahead of yourself you tend to get, pile 2. And this is just a reminder to kind of slow down. Don't get ahead of yourself, right? Because sometimes you're self-sabotaging by tricking yourself into thinking you're late, or that you're behind, or that you're delayed in some way. Sometimes you may even trick yourself because you're so far ahead, thinking you already should be 10 years ahead in a timeline of love, career, whatever. Like you're thinking 10 years out and thinking you should already be there. So now you're feeling like you missed out on some opportunities. Like I said, related to career, love, a combination of all of that. But so just calm down. But with that, I'm getting that in the next 6 months. Like, okay, I don't want to get on that yet. Just give me a second. I'm going to get to the next 6 months. I'm strongly feeling like your background is relevant to the next 6 months, which makes sense since you did choose that orange calcite, and that crystal is used for healing and cleansing, and it clears out blockages, especially as it relates to like your emotions and your sacral chakra. So I'm going to get to the topic, but like your past energy is kind of being brought into the present moment. So in me saying that, pile 2, you feel like a person that is much younger than you consider yourself to be. So again, that's that foresight, right? 10 years ahead of where you're trying to be, 10 years ahead of where you actually are, having that foresight of knowing where you'll be and rushing to get there. So I just stop allowing that wisdom, that high level of intellect, right? You're very developed, very advanced for your age, but stop allowing that perspective and your mind to prematurely age you, okay? And to trick you into thinking that you're not where you should be, right? Like live in your true age, because like the Ace of Mirrors, right, in the middle, that is introductory energy, right? The Knight and the Pages, they often indicate younger, more inexperienced individuals. So this is going to hurt your ego, I can already tell, but you're not as experienced as you think you are. And with the lack of major arcana cards here, you're simply thinking too big, too soon. Or at least you have been up until now, okay? Like you may have been called, like I said, I'm feeling like this energy is feeling like pile 1. That's probably why I said it earlier, instead of pile 2, like this pile is. But I can just, because I can feel some of the people from pile 1 here. But even if not, even if you're purely pile 2, just really sit with this message. You have an opportunity coming in that's going to shift things for you in a positive way. And it's at the same placement of pile 1, which is why I'm mentioning pile 1 again. But this is a different reading, so don't feel pressured to go back to pile 1 if you don't want to. But all of you here, regardless of where you're coming from, you're thinking too big, too soon. Okay, and the next 6 months, see, we're getting to the point. You're being called to pull in and figure out what you truly want out of life. So you have the Knight of Scrolls, which is the swords, that's thoughts, communication, messages, air energy. Lots of self-reflection with those mirrors cards, the mirrors cards, which is traditionally cups. And 2 out of the 3 cards are that energy, right? Of emotions, intuition, love of self and others. These are the things you're going to be focusing on to gain a clearer perspective of what brings you joy in life. So yeah, because you're really currently you're taking yourself way too seriously, and that's going to change in the next 6 months. Okay, look at the imagery of these cards that you have. You're going to be barefoot. You're going to be like relaxing, unwinding. You might even start a new hobby. Again, there's no major arcana, so don't worry about your greater purpose. Just enjoy life the next 6 months. That's a key theme. So now that doesn't mean you're not going to be accomplished, because I can already see some of you like tuning out because I'm not mentioning your successes. That's kind of the issue that you're having. That's really your problem, is that's what you're worried about. But I'm going to get to that. Like, just let me wrap up my points that I'm making with the rushing energy. But I'm looking at the spread and I'm noticing a lack of fire and earth. So you've done all that praying, all of that manifesting that you can do. You've done all the building. You've laid all the foundations. There's no more creation from a goal-oriented perspective, right? Didn't I mention that? That's your problem. Like you're trying to operate from a performance mentality, right? Like what are you achieving? But that perspective that you've been stuck in, the next 6 months, you're not going to be operating from that perspective anymore. So you're not going to create from fire, being active, trying to build for accomplishments. You're going to be building from a creativity, from that cups energy, the water energy that is more receptive. It's more emotionally based. It's more emotional based, right? It's emotional fulfillment at the basis of your actions and your effort, right? So you're going to be operating from a place of not necessarily seeking material success and feeling accomplished in terms of having things and impressing people. It's going to be more, okay, I do this because I feel good. So yeah, because the key word for the Ace of Mirrors is feelings in this deck. And a lot of feelings are going to surface for you to address in the next 6 months. And yeah, definitely. But I don't want you to be concerned because you're going to have to deal with feelings, because I can actually hear some of you like, ew, feelings, like yuck. but I promise it's a good thing. It really is a good thing, because as you're working on those, remember, you planted seeds in the past already. You already ran yourself into the ground. It happened. I know it did. So all of that you did, as you slow down and you begin to focus more on what makes you happy, you're going to see the results of all of those seeds you planted, right? The things you foresaw way in advance will begin to come into fruition. Like, you're going to start seeing those successes, but don't push, because that's counterproductive. That's not where your energy is supposed to be focused on the next 6 months. Like, that's supposed to just autopilot, right? You laid the seeds, let it go. You need to be more receptive and allow things and opportunities to come in naturally to you. Because as you begin to change your perspective and shift your energy and focus on what you want, what you value, what makes you feel fulfilled, like, it's going to come in alignment with you. And I'm getting a channel song. I'm going to put it in the description box below, like I've been doing for this first part. But like, look at the imagery of that card, the healer, right? You have, like, look at the bees swarming that page of mirrors, right? The healer's just vibing, minding her business, and all of the people, things, opportunities represented by those bees are just going to gravitate towards you the way that the bees are gravitating towards her. Now, again, we're not talking about just stuff like material things, opportunities. Like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about emotional fulfillment. So, you know, the Knight of Scrolls is very active in knowing what he wants and how he needs to move into that Ace of Mirrors. And then that Ace of Mirrors, that's going to bring the concept of emotional fulfillment and enjoyment, right? So that's where I was going with the focusing on what you want, becoming more in alignment with the things that you want, so that the opportunities that come in can be more reflective of those new goals and new perspectives. You're still going to be seeking success. You're just going to want to make sure that your approach to success doesn't deprive you of that happiness and emotional fulfillment. Definitely pile 2. So in that shift in perception, I can't talk today, apparently. Honestly, these days, it's a consistent thing. So in these readings that I just start fumbling my words, you'll get used to it if you're new. But in that shift in perception, that development, right? It just, as it relates to self-awareness, you drawing in those opportunities that make sense for you and your life, right? Opportunities, options that align with this new perception you have, this new version of you, because pages are messages. Pages are opportunities that bring you joy, love, and fulfillment, because that is a page of cups, mirrors in this specific deck. So lots of new experiences, Pile 2, that are coming your way, especially as it relates to love. I know some of you don't care. I know some of you only care. It just depends on where it falls. But those cups also signify love of yourself, love of other people, romantic or otherwise. But I am seeing that those of you where romance may not have been a focus, it will become so within the next 6 months. There's like, and when I say that, I mean an emotional connection, not just casually dating. A lot of you are probably going to start a new romance during this period. Some of you may be doing that for the first time in a long time. Like, others of you may honestly just become a hot commodity. Like, a lot of people may be interested in you romantically, and even in friendship. I'm seeing lots of you becoming more popular. Like, I see you sharing your perspective with a lot more people. So definitely friendship as well. So, because here's the thing, in this new era, in this next 6-month period, Pile 2, you're going to be more open, more receptive to people in general, especially because you have the visionary and the healer here. You're going to be sharing knowledge that could help other people and possibly teaching. And honestly, even those of you that are like, oh no, I'm not teaching. Oh no, I'm not like, I don't have anything to offer other people. Just opening up about your past experience, especially since you have orange calcite, that you may need some healing to be done, but just opening up about that with someone or more than one person, like it just, that is good in and of itself. Like that's healthy. And that's going to help you establish more connections, more relationships. It's going to make you feel better, more fulfilled, not dumping on people, but just not also don't be as guarded as you have been, basically. But I'm also seeing that it's not just you opening up to other people, it's other people opening up to you as you become more approachable. Because I'm seeing someone specific actually opening up about their feelings to you, or you opening up about your feelings for someone else. Like I can see that happening for some of you in this pile. So I think that's where we're going to cut it off. So pile 2, do not forget that this is a 3-part reading to make it more personalized. So now that you've selected 1, 2, however many from part 1, don't forget to select your portion from section 2 and section 3 of this reading. So that's all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, pile 3, if you selected this tiger's eye crystal, this is your pick a card reading. So we're going to be looking at the next 6 months. It's going to be general life, career, love, whatever comes up as we're looking into the next 6 months from now. This is a timeless reading as they usually are. So let's get into it. And I'm going to just talk before I look at these cards. You all know, like, I like to talk, but I do need to share that even though, okay, maybe this is a pile where lots of new people are coming in that don't normally come here because I'm explaining things that I normally do. I like to share what's occurring off camera. I'm not going to film every little thing, every little shuffle, because it extends the video longer than necessary. But I do share when things of importance happen off camera. Right now, I just want to make sure you know that for whatever reason, I just kept shuffling and shuffling and shuffling with no intent to pull when I tapped into your energy, pile 3. I have no idea why I did that. I went into a trance and I just started shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and I just was not stopping. And then eventually I dropped the deck and I heard the words, stop stalling. So if you've been doing that, that is a very direct, very clear message to stop. So once I did that, I shuffled the cards so much that they were bended. like they were bended. I was like, oh yeah, I was on a roll. So they were bended. So I just took the top 3 cards, let's go, it's time to move. So some of you here, side note, are picking all of the piles, and I love you for it. Thank you for supporting the channel that much. But if not, that is okay. You're just supposed to take the messages that resonate. You don't need to be here for everything if that's not for you. But pile 3, whatever it is that you've been holding on to, release it. And I'm not talking just emotional things. I mean, there's a message that you have that you've been holding on to, whether it's a book, an article, a song, a creative endeavor. Within the next 6 months, put it out there. Period. The end. No hesitation. With the King of Scrolls, you do want to review it, fine tune it, make sure it's complete and fully developed, but don't be nitpicky. Okay. For most of you, it's information, some messages of some nature that you're looking to share or should share, even if you weren't looking to. Okay. And I'm seeing that it's going to be very well received, very well received. And honestly, it's going to be exactly what the people you share it with need. Like, it doesn't have to be something you throw out on the internet. It doesn't have to be that, but whatever group you share it with, you know, could be in person, right? That is what they need. And you're going to be like, honestly, just because of the nature that immediately came through with the pile and this message to put out whatever you're holding on to, within like the next 6 months, you're going to be very externally focused. Okay. Like, you're going to be sharing this knowledge, wisdom, skill, talent, whatever it is, you're going to be sharing that. And let's just start with the Six of Stones. That's the first card, right? That is the card of charitable giving, right? It's having something that others need and then providing it to them to improve their lives. And in this deck, it's called, I think, Caritas, and it's like the phrase that was with it. I scribbled it down so I could cheat. It's charity of love for others and charity of love for self. Okay, yeah, that's what that says. So, but in that card, the Six of Stones, right? Because it's traditionally the Six of Pentacles, dangling from the tree of life, you see how the roots plant firmly into the ground? Well, that is creating a solid foundation for future generations. And even if it's not that deep, we're not talking ancestry, bloodline, culture. Like, sometimes it's just making a solid foundation for anyone coming into a situation after you. It's that simple. Like, if you're talking job, like, you know what, you move to something else, people come in, it's better. If you're talking, this sounds so bad, but it came through just now. It may be a relationship, like, you know, that happens sometimes where like you kind of make someone better for the next person. I hate to say that. Like, they learned some hard lessons with you and now it's time to go your separate ways, and they're kind of better off. Like, they've learned to be a better partner through interacting with you. That happens sometimes, and that came through to share with you. Yeah, so then you have the Three of Mirrors, which is the Three of Cups. Now, that is traditionally a card of celebration, of friendship. It's usually some sort of a gathering for enjoyment, though, right? It's very social energy. It's showing that you're stepping into a very social period of life within the next 6 months. And honestly, that Three of Cups, it is a good time card. Like, it is. The keyword in this deck is compassion, which I still associate that with good time. But like, it does have a bit of a serious undertone. And I'm bringing that up because that Six of Stones, you know, that compassion and charity energy, like that being major themes in this upcoming period for you, okay? Like, compassion and charity. Because even if you're not formally putting something out there for other people, right? With this Poet card, there's some knowledge that comes naturally to you or that you've mastered, whether you realize it or not, right? That just truly benefits and lessens the burden on other people. You're going to figure out what it is the next 6 months, and maybe that's going to help you advance in areas that you didn't realize you could, right? So yeah, like the Poet energy is really giving me, like, it may be a very casual situation. It may just be your friend group. Like, the Poet is like, let me go ahead and teach you something. That's the vibe here. And this isn't an energy of you being a giver to the degree of overextending yourself during this period, Pile 3. I don't want you to worry about that. You may have a history of overextending yourself, but that's not what this is. Like I said, this is a very extroverted period. So there's going to be lots of networking and support from friends, right? So they're going to help you. You're going to help them. Like, they're going to be helping you accomplish your goals. So that, like, that charity and compassion that are themes here for the next 6 months for you, Pile 3, it goes both ways, right? Like, I'm hearing some very specific situations. So here you go. Professionally, you may be asked to give a presentation on some sort of research or findings that really benefits your career. I'm seeing recognition and promotions for some of you. Others of you, you may be recognized for your charity work or your community service. Like you may get some type of award. Some of you may be featured in an article. Yes. Very progressive energy, possibly the opportunity to expand your network, like at an event, whether it's a social event or a charity-based event. So all of those things that you're really honestly, Pile 3, you're on your up and up. It just feels like you're gonna find that thing that you're good at, that you understand, that other people may not, some of you, or even if other people do, you understand it in such a way that people didn't take it that your perspective on it is just something other people hadn't considered. So that's going to be kind of the glow up happening for you over the next 6 months, is just your understanding of something, some area, perception, some talent that other people find useful, other people find value, other people find value in. So I think we're going to leave it off here. That this actually does wrap up the first 3 piles, as in this whole first section. I like to do things in 3s, so to make this a longer, more personalized reading, we're wrapping up this first section. Do not forget to pick your pile in the second section and to pick your groups in the last section as well. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up here. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, everyone, welcome to part 2 of the next 6 months pick a card reading. Because I'm looking at such an extended period of time, like I'm looking out 6 months, I felt like I needed to make this like more parts to make it more detailed so that you could kind of get a feel, because I mean 6 months is a long time. And like I thought that was a good time frame to look at, because I think if you're watching it in real time, it puts us at the beginning of the next year. Even if not, this is a timeless reading, so your 6 months start now until whenever it ends, and we'll just hopefully get some more personalized messages. So in the second part, I did it differently. Those astrology-based tarot decks that I like to use so much, I didn't incorporate it in the first part. I pulled it out, made it its own section, so that now you can pick those separately. So in order to select those, I have these, I drink a lot of Yogi tea and they have the cute little messages. So I pulled one for each pile out of my stash that I have of them. I may do that more in future readings, but I'll probably snap a pic and slip it in, or I'll do that probably and put them in the description box. So when you select 1, 2, 3 in part 2, you see with the message that that's identified with each of these piles. So the goal of this part, and I'm going to put that in the description box, is basically to kind of get like an astrology based message. So like hopefully we could get maybe some timing. We can find like some astrology placements for other people that may be relevant in your life, for you, possible transits to look out for. I honestly do not know what's going to pop up for these 3. I pulled and then left them there for you to, select. But the goal is that hopefully it makes it to where like if you were looking at your chart, you could incorporate some of these themes into your reading. So I'll give you a second to select your pile. And if you need more time, pause the video. Okay, so astrology-based pile 1. This is part 2 of your reading. So the Yogi tea message that you selected was, nature teaches us harmony. Now, this is a message to literally go outside and get some fresh air. Okay, the next 6 months, there's going to be a theme, and you can expect the universe to create situations and circumstances that push you in that direction. Okay, and it's also a message about harmonizing internally. So allow yourself to naturally flow through the motions, right? Allow yourself, like, allow your nature, right? Not even just yourself, like your natural inclinations, allow them to flow in harmony without overly monitoring or restricting yourself. So here's the thing for this pile that is a little disturbing, but because that wasn't the nature of this reading. I know we like those readings here, but that wasn't what this one was meant to be. This pile is feeling like sex, but I'll come back to that. So now I'm going to have to put 18 plus in the description box, even though that's not what we're going to do. That's where we are. And honestly, this is an adult channel. We talk about adult themes, so it is a-okay. But it does feel like sex. But right now, I'm gonna get to that when it makes sense to get to it, right? So this group is a heavy theme of harmony and balance, right, over the next 6 months. So there's likely some key opposition in your life, right? It may be like as an opposition, it may be reflected in your natal chart that's gonna begin to ease, or some sort of transit. Could be a transit. And I see that especially because you have Libra on one end and you have Aries on the other end, which we do that here where we have these synchronicities and such. The reason why that's relevant is because that's a polarity. That is the polarity of self versus others, right? First house versus seventh house. And I'm seeing, because of that being present here, within the next 6 months, you're going to be learning about boundaries. You're going to be also learning about conflict resolution and diplomacy, because again, that Libra Aries axis, that is the war justice axis. So you can expect lessons related to these things in the next 6 months. Yeah, especially with Neptune. You have Neptune here. There may be secrets, illusions, hidden energies at play, because that is the it rules the 12th house of like restrictions, imprisonment, like honestly boundaries, I think could fall there as well. But don't fear. That's not, we take everything as it comes. You're just going to be asked to maintain your composure no matter what comes your way during this period, right? You're going to be asked to maintain your dignity and to be fair. And honestly, I don't want you to be too concerned about it. Like, we take these messages, we prepare for things. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, but I don't see it being an overly pessimistic period for you. I really don't. And I don't see it being a really negative period. So like, things happen, like roll with it, let it go. If you're the type to overly fixate on conflict and such, like, this is just a note like that. Yeah, that happens, but let that go. Don't let that be your focus this period, especially since it doesn't seem like it needs to be a priority. Right. So I think I mentioned it at first, but like for you, Pawan, like, outdoor activities are a theme. Like, you're really being encouraged to be more active. You're being encouraged to exercise more and get in shape if you're not already. Like, this is a very active go get it period for you the next 6 months. And like, you're being encouraged to like really chase your dreams as well. So like, and that may be connected, it may be relating to health, fitness, wellness. Like, that may be, like, you may have a dream related to those topics, right? Even if it's just living a healthier life for yourself, or maybe you want to open a yoga studio, maybe you want to, you know, learn nutrition, things like that. There's always something that you could do. Be a health coach. Maybe that's something that you want to do, a goal. You're being encouraged to do those things, whether or not it's in the health and fitness area. You're being encouraged to focus more on your health and fitness and chase your goals. So, and because of that, because you're being pushed to focus on your dreams, just know that it's going to work out. Even if you don't know how to get started, you're being pushed to go. Okay. That's what the cards say. So back to that energy, that energy from the beginning of the pile, that like this pile is radiating sex. So it's funny because like I'm talking about exercise and everything, but some of you, I feel like that may be a form of like exercise for you. And like I said, I wasn't going to put 18 plus in this reading because I don't think I had any adult themes so far, but here we are. But whatever. So, but like it is giving sex, right? Because you have nature, you have harmony, that Libra Aries axis, which is Venus Mars, right? That sexual union, especially with Neptune. Neptune is fantasy, pleasures, dreams, indulgence, sometimes overindulgence, right? Like then you have the B card, the movement card, like specific message for someone. The cards say just have sex with that person. I don't know who it is, but like you have a win-win outcome is forecast. Like there's this person in your life or coming in the next 6 months that the chemistry between you and this person is going to be off the meter. Like you two are going to be so sexually compatible and in alignment with what satisfies with one another that like you may be surprised. So I'm wondering if like some of you are going to get in shape that way. That it's just funny to me that it's coming through this way. But regardless, there's just lots of activity in that area. So some of you, it may be a relationship. Some of you, it may be like a go with the flow situation. But whatever the situation is, you and that person are going to be on the same page about what it is. So I wouldn't stress too much about it. But people are also going to notice that new pep in your step, like that new glow, like how in shape you're getting over the next 6 months. So like, I feel like some people are definitely going to know what's up. Like they're going to realize what's going on. And I say that because with those Neptune themes, like that 12th house energy, you might want to keep things discreet with this person, but that's okay. You just keep your business to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know that people are still going to observe the changes in like how you're behaving and how you look and stuff. So I do see that there's an issue with identity here, right? 1st and 7th house themes. Losing sight of who you are as an individual in group settings. So just be mindful of that. I'm seeing some of you, it may be related to this relationship and love, but it could be also related to just your relationships with other people in general, right? Knowing where other people stop and you start, like maintaining an identity beyond them. And a lot of you, it is romantically related, like, I'm seeing that some of you in romantic connections, that may be a theme related to the secrecy of that connection. Like you wanting to maintain an identity beyond your relationship with this other person. Let's see. Timelines are Aries or Libra season, clearly, depending on when you watch this. This is a timeless reading. So 6 months from whenever now is for you. And I'm definitely, I have to put that out there. I'm definitely seeing hidden enemies revealing themselves. So watch out over the next 6 months as people become more aggressive towards you, right? The Libra card says they can't do anything to harm you as long as you stay in your lane, as long as you mind your business. And definitely don't stoop down to their level. So that was what that energy was. Like I said, it's not bad energy. It's actually good because now, like, if you have people that aren't genuine around you within the next 6 months, they're going to be swept away. So that's good news. things coming out to the surface that benefits you. Secrets being revealed usually benefit you. Granted, there's some circumstances where you knowing something doesn't benefit you at all, but in this next 6 months, I see you having revelations, seeing things come to light that benefit you, pile 3. Let's see what else I can see. It is going to be a very active period, not just as it relates to that those hidden enemies being revealed, as it relates to more aggression coming your way. Think of it this way, right? Be movement, a win-win outcome is forecast. It appears, pile 1, that like people that are surfacing because like hidden enemies, right? They're coming up, they're coming out because that's how well the next 6 months are going to be for you. Like the perspective that this pile is taking feels a bit more pessimistic, and maybe that's your nature. Maybe you do focus more on the bad than the good. Maybe that's why the way that I'm reading the energy is that way. But listen to me, if all kinds of people are exposed as not liking you, as not wanting your best interest during a period where you have all of this Libra energy of fairness and things coming for you as you're being, as you're moving, as you're doing what you need to do, that just means you're doing something right. And that means that this is a very successful period, because there's no reason for a hidden enemy to expose themselves unless things are going really well for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you take this energy. Okay, so that wraps up the second part for this pile. Do not forget to pick from the last part, which is going to be zodiac based, and it's in the description box so that you can just click what benefits you, what you need. So hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, astrology based pile 2. Welcome to the second part of your reading. The Yogi tea message that you selected is let your energy be used to build, not destroy. Now, that is a general message about peace and making sure that you add value to a situation, right? You don't want to be walking around tearing everything down and not contributing, okay? That's not the person you want to be. So that's clear. But this is also a message that you don't have to be constantly transforming, like healing. Like you don't have to consciously be elevating to the point where you put your life on hold, right? So you know that idea that you have to be ready enough, you have to release enough trauma, etc., before you can be ready to enjoy life, before you can be ready to start a new relationship, like things like that. Sometimes you just have to be uncomfortable with certain aspects of yourself as you move through life. That's a message. And basically, you just have to be accepting of your current stage of life. Like be accepting of who you are right now as you acknowledge that there's more development for you to be, right? Like the current version of you is enough. And the next 6 months, you're going to really become more accepting of yourself as you are. And you're going to begin to build from the place you're in, rather than putting off a lot of the things you want to do and hope to enjoy and experience until whatever future point that you feel more quote unquote ready, right? Because there's always that mindset of being healed enough, evolved enough, right? You're not going to be waiting for that anymore. You're going to just start. And I'm seeing that you're going to step into a new situation that feels more familiar, more at home, with much more comfort than any situation you've ever been in. Whatever that means for you. Like it could be career, love, general life. This is going to happen for you, okay? And it's happening, pile 2, because you're finally stepping into your North Node energy, okay? You have that card, step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. a lot of you, like, okay, so you're going to be reflecting on new beginnings, right? You're going to be reflecting on shifts, changes, things that you need to do, your approach to life that you feel are going to put you on your true path, right? And by stepping out of your comfort zone, you're going to end up where you're most comfortable. That's funny, but that's exactly what's going to happen. So you may finally end up like in your forever home. Like you may finally find or establish your forever home during this period. Like there may be key transits, astrologically speaking, or aspects to someone else's chart that are positively aspecting your fourth house, highlighting those themes of home, family, roots, ancestry, right? Culture, comfort, your mother, right? Themes, those are that long list, those are themes that may be relevant for you during that period. And your nurturing side will be more pronounced. Okay, like you may begin to ponder on having children or more children, depending on your stage of life, or getting a pet, right? Things like that. So the moves you make and the actions you take, those during this next 6 months for you are going to be very slow, very comfortable shifts. I don't see rapid paces here. This is a very peaceful, very calm energy, though still progressive. Like you're moving. You're not slow. Like you're not moving so slow that you're not advancing. Like things are happening. They're just not happening. Like I think I referred to one of the piles earlier as having bad nerves. That's not how you're moving this next 6 months. So yeah. But that's what's going to happen. But you don't have to move at that rapid pace because you're on purpose. You're on the path of your north node. And when you do that, you just kind of move. Like you move fluidly, you flow. You don't even have to consciously do anything at that point, because in making that decision to start living more in purpose, like things just gravitate towards you that push you even further in that direction naturally. So honestly, it's like, I want to say you may have, I'm taking my time with this because you may be really in tune with the moon cycle to the point where every time a new one begins is like a new start for you. Like it's a new moon, it's a full moon, and the cycle begins. Because I'm feeling like the next 6 months is gonna be like each new moon is gonna be a key period for you. Like it may be a reset. Each new moon within the next 6 months is gonna be a reset for you. And that, along with your north node, are going to be the biggest themes astrologically for you in this period. So whatever stage of life you're in, you're being pushed on your true purpose, on your north node. And that's a really good path to be on, honestly. Like finally stepping into that energy makes your life so much easier. Specific messages as it relates to the north node. Those of you here, it may be in your fourth node, in your fourth house, or conjunct the IC in your chart, right? Or you may have a north node in Cancer. Doesn't have to be, but that's a specific message for some of you. But regardless of if it's in your fourth house, if it's conjunct the IC, if it is in Cancer, you're definitely going to have some home and family focused themes as it relates to your north node. Like some way, somehow your north node is going to be affecting that those fourth house themes. So yeah, I think that's it. So don't forget pile 2, because you're in section 2 now, to pick from the third set, which should be based on your astrological signs, your zodiac signs, and that way you can get the complete experience. Okay, so hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, astrology based pile 3. You selected. Oh, well, let me just say, to be polite, make sure I mind my manners. That welcome to your reading. This is the second part of your reading. So you picked your first part. This is the second part. You're going to pick from a third selection after this one, which I think is funny that I'm like, let me mind my manners when your message that you selected is smiling is the most basic kind of peace work. And I say that because when I when that one dropped from the stack for this pile, I immediately heard the words "fix your face," especially since now I'm looking, you have the adjustments are required card. So you feel a bit self-absorbed and self-serving to some degree, especially since you have this first house overly self-focused and motivated energy with that card. Now, like, don't be offended. That's not an insult. It's just, that's where you are right now. With that first house card leading into Aquarius, it is you being asked to take a more community group-based approach to whatever goals you're having, okay? Like, you're almost there with the threshold, but to see manifestation of your goals, right, to create them, you're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to adjust. Honestly, which that third quarter moon is just another indicator of your goals being just out of reach. Like, you are really close, pile 3. You're so close. I'm telling you, like, right there. It's just for whatever reason, that Yogi message, that Yogi T message there, it indicates that you kind of need to be a little more approachable, and that it's going to lead to more assistance and more peace. Like, you're going to have to you're going to have to take a creative approach to whatever you're working on, okay? Or whatever you're working towards. Because that Aquarius card, like, Aquarius is inventive energy, right? It's ruled by Uranus. And there was a pile, I think in part 1, that talked about the surprise element that comes with Uranus. So you might have come from there. But especially with the solar eclipse, something surprising is going to catch you off guard in a really good way, pile 3. You're not going to see it coming, but just please mind your manners, because in me, like, I was joking when I said that, but I'm feeling like that was a message for you. Just mind your manners, especially as you're networking and such. Like, don't be overly pessimistic. Don't be rude. I know, like, I hate it. Like, don't tell me to smile if I'm not in the mood to be smiling, but, like, don't walk around with a frown on your face in situations and circumstances that could advance you, that could elevate you. Like, you're just radiating negativity, and people aren't going to want to deal with you, okay? So with third quarter moon and threshold, it's okay. So that final push that I kind of touched on, you've been needing, like, you've been needing it, but you're going to get it in a surprise turn of events. Like, for whatever reason, that final push that you just couldn't quite get is going to show up in an unexpected way at an unexpected time. So, like, an opportunity may develop out of thin air. I'm feeling like that's possible, but just rely on your network and the people around you, because it feels important. It feels like that's what you need to do, is rely on your network, rely on the people around you, because, like, Aquarius rules the 11th house, right? That is the house of networking, like community and such. So you may see results during that next solar eclipse relating to, like, networking and such. I'm seeing that. Or you may see it during Aquarius season, as it fits for you. Remember, this is timeless, so whatever time frame makes sense 6 months from now, whatever now is for you. But I'm seeing that you may have lots of planets. You may have lots of asteroids in your first house. You may be Aquarius dominant. You may be, you may be dealing with an Aquarius dominant person as it relates to some of the messages that I'm sharing. Or an Aquarius dominant person may be key to that success. You may have a first house in Aquarius, or, the other word for that is ascendant, rising. So like those are the messages that are coming through as it relates to those types of topics. But just take the time to sit with yourself and adjust. And honestly, I'm wondering if it is your pessimistic nature, just because we're talking about smiling, we're talking about peace, and you're being asked to adjust. Like you're saying you're almost there. You're saying, like, I'm wondering if that Aquarius energy is saying to kind of be a little more friendly, because that is the sign that represents networking and community. I'm wondering if it's saying just be a little more friendly, a little more approachable, because you never know what type of opportunities could come about simply by having a better attitude. Like, you've ever seen people in certain positions and that they are not fit, but like people like them, so that is why they stay. Just make sure you're not the counter to that perspective, okay? So that is all I have for you in the second part. Don't forget to go over to the third part of this reading and select your other piles to get the final messages from this reading. And hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Aries, welcome to the final part of your reading. This is gonna be not that long. Hopefully, if it needs to be, we're not gonna cut it short. We're gonna roll with the energy as it comes through. But I'm gonna live shuffle from my animal spirit deck, and we're gonna get some messages from spirit for the next 6 months, just to complete your reading, make it a little more personal, so we can see what's going to come through for you, what you need to look out for, what you need to know, anything like this. Is just, okay, I've got 2, actually 3. Okay, so I've got the Fox Spirit, think on your feet. I've got the abundant universe will provide. And I've got reclaim your power. All right, Aries. So you're going to need to be smart. You're going to need to be smart the next 6 months, and that's okay because you already are. So know that whatever decisions you make, they're okay to move on. I feel like you're hesitating. Maybe you were picking those piles of hesitating, but it's okay to make a decision and roll with it, Aries. So like the next 6 months, just know that, which doesn't make any sense at all being your sign, but that's okay. It just feels like you're hesitating, and I really don't understand why you're hesitating, because like the universe is saying to go. So because in the middle you have the abundant universe will provide, right? You're always going to have what you need. You're always going to have the support you need. You're always going to have the foundation that puts you at ease. Like, you're not going to lack, right? Even if you take a loss, it's not going to be a loss to the point that like you're losing and missing out on things. You just minor setback. Okay. So with think on your feet and reclaim your power, straddling that message, I need for you to be more trusting. Just be much more trusting in yourself. You seem to be wanting the universe to do all the work for you. You seem to be more trusting of external energies, whether that's other people you think can do things better than you, can support you better than you can. That's not true. Okay, like there's not going to be someone that could tell you, not even me, the reader for this pile, there's not going to be someone that could tell you how to be you, how to do what you need to do better than you know how it needs to be done. Okay, so think on your feet, be smart, right? Be smart, be active, no hesitation. Know that you're going to have all that you need, and know that this is going to be a very prosperous 6 months, because again, the abundance universe will provide. Like, in you not being encouraged to not hesitate, it's saying all that you need is going to be provided. So if you experience a setback, just know that'll be remedied quickly. Okay? Know that if you hit a roadblock, it will be removed. The message for this next 6 months, Aries, is go, get, reclaim your power. Don't hesitate. And the universe is going to provide lots of abundance for you this period, okay? So that is all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Taurus, welcome to the final part of your reading. I'm just going to shuffle live on camera because it's not going to take that long. I'm going to get some quick messages for you. I'm not going to rush this, but we'll take the time we need to get anything you need to know for the next 6 months to complete your reading specific to the sign of Taurus. Now, I want you to take these messages and just kind of use them as general themes, guides, use them as advice to give you insight relating to any area that you feel called to. So let's pull for the sign of Taurus. And boom, already. Parrot, spirit, watch your words. Okay, Taurus, I don't know what you're saying, who you're saying it to, but don't be too trusting with your business. Not just your business, but just information in general. Like, everyone doesn't need to know everything. And you also have miracles are endless. So that may be some negative self-talk. Time to collaborate. Okay, it's definitely other people. So here's the thing, Taurus. Don't be jealous of other people too. So like, okay, I'm getting a strong energy of jealousy radiating from you. Please don't get mad at me, Taurus. Don't be comparing yourself to other people. And definitely don't share that with other people. Like don't be like getting upset that you see progression in someone else's life and then like gossiping about it to someone else, because that may bite you in the butt. Like, miracles are endless, right? So just because someone else is getting, especially if it's something that you wanted, or especially if it was like an opportunity that you were seeking, and like you and this person kind of went head to head and they got it, that's okay. Opportunities are abundant. Like there's so many opportunities, and it's showing that you can also utilize that experience to your gain, right? Like if you know the person that's doing well, or you see someone in a better situation that you're not in, a situation you'd like to be, maybe connect with them. Don't sit in your jealousy and your envy. Maybe reach out to collaborate, right? Maybe reach out and see if maybe they could help out. Maybe they could teach you something, show you what it was that they had that maybe you didn't, to get wherever they are, right? Because I do feel an energy of envy and jealousy coming from the sign of Taurus the next 6 months. And that's okay. That's okay. It does not mean that you are lacking. It just means that you want something and you haven't gotten it yet, because the word yet here indicates that your time is coming, because in the middle, you have miracles are endless, right? The miracles are endless. Like, just because someone else got something doesn't mean you can't have it too. You can absolutely have it too. You can absolutely have it too. Time to collaborate means it's giving the same energy of miracles are endless. Like, there's so much to go around, Taurus. There's so many opportunities for everyone. There's so many pieces that haven't been claimed yet. And if you're just willing to work with other people and don't sit in the fact that, don't isolate yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Do not isolate yourself because of your jealousy, because other people are advancing maybe at a more rapid pace than you. Don't sabotage yourself in that way the next 6 months, okay? Watch your words, watch what you're saying, who you say it to, and how you express it. Because Again, jealousy and envy are normal human responses, but don't put yourself in a situation that's difficult to get out of because you have difficulty managing your emotions, because the universe is doubling down on that message. I keep saying that, miracles are endless. There's room for you as well. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. Take these messages, sit with them, and make sure that you're making the right decisions, that you're talking to the right people about the right things. Okay. So that's all I have for you today, Taurus. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, Gemini, this is the last part of your reading. So we're going to pull some cards to get a more personalized message for the sign of Gemini for the next 6 months. Messages you need to hear. It could be related to love, career, money, just your general life. We're not going to limit it because all of you are going through different things, different experiences, at different periods, right? So we've got a card. Okay, this vulture spirit is back. Nothing is wasted. So Gemini, just know, whatever you felt like you lost, whatever you felt like somebody took from you or preyed upon you with, I promise you it's fine. Like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You got the buffalo spirit too, just like Taurus. The abundant universe will provide. I'm seeing that there's a situation coming through in the next 6 months, Gemini, where that there either has been, and the next 6 months will reveal it, or it's gonna happen in the next 6 months and clear up as well, where there's a blessing in disguise. There's something that you may feel you missed out on, or that you may feel you lost, or that, just didn't work out, but you dodged the bullet, right? You dodged the bullet. And then the last card you have is the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. So you may pass up on something. That it may be something you turned down. You may feel there was an opportunity that just didn't feel right, and you just trusted your gut, so you had to let it go. The universe is saying that's the right decision to make. Always trust your gut. Always trust how you're feeling. Nothing is wasted. Do be loyal to what you love. If it does not feel right, it is not right for you, Gemini. It's not. And you have the abundant universe will provide in the center. You're always going to have what you need. You're never going to be lacking, and expect that in the next 6 months, if that has already come to pass, if it already has come to pass, expect in the next 6 months that you will see another opportunity that is going to work out, is going to be revealed to you that you did make the right decision. If this occurs within the next 6 months, if you have to pass on something, or if you get passed over for something, if something simply does not work out, you will realize what a blessing that actually was. And the opportunity, whether it's career, money, love, that is actually the right fit for you, is coming in. So expect that within the next 6 months, Gemini, okay? So very clear message. Nothing is wasted. The abundant universe will provide. Be loyal to what you love. Do not bend. Don't bend your morals. Don't bend your standards, okay? You know what it is that you want. You know what it is that you need. Make sure you're getting that in every situation within the next 6 months, okay? So that is all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Cancer, welcome to the final part of your reading. It's going to be a quick, just messages from Spirit about the next 6 months. Anything you need to know, anything you need to look out for, just messages that need to be doubled down on. Doesn't matter, however it resonates, for love, family, career. It could be just your general life, money. I said family in this group, so I want to say that that must be a huge theme for you, Cancer, because I didn't say that for any of the other piles prior to. So Okay, life is speeding up. So some of you may be expanding your family. Maybe that's what you're seeking the next 6 months. Whether that's via a pet, whether it's actually having a child, the next 6 months, there's a focus on family, which is funny because of the sign Cancer, right? But regardless, life is speeding up. And some of you, don't panic if that's like you're not trying to expand your family. If you're not trying to get a pet, have a child, there's going to be a focus on family. A lot of you are trying to put yourself in a position so that one day you can support a family. That's what that's all about. That's all that is. It's just about legacy, right? So be generous of spirit, right? So you've got the Lion. This is active energy for the next 6 months, Cancer. You are go, go, go. Yeah, co-create with spirit. Okay. So Cancer, it's going to be a busy next 6 months. I'm not going to lie. You're going to be very busy. You're probably going to be tired, but just know that you have to push through. There's things that you have to work on, right? If you're trying to build for a family, if you're trying to have a family, there's work that needs to be done in preparation for this, right? If you're starting a family, like there's a lot that needs to be done. If you know that you want to start a family at some point and that this era is a push to be comfortable enough to do that, then guess what, Cancer? That's what you need to do, right? Because life is speeding up. It's coming quick. Expect some type of opportunity that does not allow you to slow down the next 6 months. Like you may be like, okay, let's simmer down a little bit. Like we're good. And then something, boom, is going to pop up out of nowhere. That's going to be like, nope, it's time to move. Like that's the next 6 months for you, Cancer. So know that it's okay. Do self-care. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, staying hydrated, getting proper rest. But this activity, life speeding up in the way that it is, you have some skills of value. Maybe you're picking those other powers, but that be generous of spirit, co-create with spirit. There's something that you're going to be shared. There's some energy that you're projecting out into the world right now that is very necessary, that you need to speed up with. You need to run. You need to progress with, because you're laying a foundation for the future, for your future family and such, right? It just, and look at how all of the cards are facing that right direction. It's just go, go, go. I'm not even turning my head. I don't have time for that. I have to sprint. That is you the next 6 months. So again, make sure you're staying hydrated, proper nutrition, sleeping at night, but you are being supported by spirit. Spirit is actually moving through you. If you're highly psychic, expect a lot of channeled messages, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of intuitive hunches. Expect to just kind of know what to do, how to do it without needing to think about it. That's the energy you're going to be in the next 6 months, Cancer. Hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Leo, welcome to the final part of your reading. This is going to be quick. Not so quick that you don't get the message, but quick enough that we're not here all day. So we're going to just get some general messages related to the next 6 months. Any messages you need relating to just your general life as it applies to love. It could be career. I said family in the last one, so could be that. But whatever messages you need to carry with you these next 6 months, we're going to get you some right now. So, okay, Leo, clean up. Literally clean up. So and that's not just clear out the clutter in your mind, like all of the rambling, all of the negative self-talk, all of the outdated perspectives. It's also like clean up your house. So make sure you're keeping a clean living space, a clean working space the next 6 months, because if you're disorganized in that area, it's going to really mess with you. With your mentality, with your energy. You're going to feel really low on energy. You're going to feel scatterbrained. So make sure that you tidy up. I'm going to get you 2 more like I did the other ones and I lost one. Life is a mystery. Ooh, that's fun. So before I pull the other one, I want to touch into that. I don't know why I'm reading Leo like that. I feel like Leo slowed me down. I feel like everything was rapid pace, but Leo was like, no, we're going to take our time. We're going to clean up. And we're going to gather our thoughts before we proceed with these next 6 months. That's what's happening with Leo. Leo is like, no. Calm down, because we need to know what we're walking into with that life is a mystery card. But here's the thing, Leo, you don't get to always see what's gonna happen. You don't always get to plan. You don't always get to know. Sometimes all you can do is clean your house and wait on it. So that's the energy that you're in right now. So I'm going to get your third card and just know that this next 6 months, Leo, expect the unexpected, okay? Ooh, see the big picture. There's something you're overlooking, and it's going to be hilarious when you realize it, because you think you know everything and you don't. Because, yeah, like you are so busy, so disorganized and scatterbrained, either right now, Leo, or moving into this next 6 period, that there are some things, honey, that you have not had the time to sit with. Like, life is a mystery and see the big picture. That's a warning, not necessarily in a negative perspective, but like I want to know what you're missing. I almost want to grab the tarot deck. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to overextend this. But there's something that you need to make sure you're observing, Leo. Like life is a mystery and see the big picture. Clear out the clutter. Yeah, make sure, you know, maybe that's why we slowed down, because I feel like I slowed down a lot once I got to Leo just now. Because like that's what you need to do the next 6 months, is slow down and pay attention to what's going on around you. I'm going to pull you one more card because I don't want to leave it like that, but there's some things happening the next 6 months or right now that you're just not catching on to. Ooh, okay, Leo, I like this energy. Okay, I like it. I grabbed 2 more because they came out together. So you have love is all around and take the lead. So it may be your love life. Like it may be your love life. It may be related to your friendships, but just know that, I'm getting it. Okay, Leo, I hope I don't extend this too long. For whatever reason, y'all are coming into the pile heavy. So love is all around, take the lead. There's a person that's coming in that may be around already, depending on your situation, that you're just kind of ignoring. Not because you're not interested, you're just ignoring them. So like slow down and realize that you have an opportunity here, because you're being pushed to take the lead on this connection, right? Love is all around, take the lead. Like you need to make sure that you don't pass this opportunity up, because Spirit is literally saying life is a mystery. See the big picture. Don't get so wrapped up in your junk, in the garbage, in the clutter, that you don't see this clear path to happiness, to success, to enjoyment. Okay. So that is all I have for you today, Leo. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Virgo, welcome to the final part of your reading. This is to make it a little more personal. We're going to get you some messages from Spirit relating to like career, love, just general life, any messages that you need to carry with you over the next 6 months, and possibly even now, today, in this moment. We're just going to quickly see what it is. We're not going to rush it, but you know, we're not going to be all day. We're just going to see what these little oracle cards have to say for you. I've got freedom is yours. Ooh, okay. Freedom is yours. Okay. Be fearless and bold. Okay, we are moving. I'm not gonna pull a third one yet. I don't see one poking out, so I'm just gonna start with this energy, Virgo. Like that's a very clear message to move, right? Like freedom is yours. Be fearless and bold. Whatever you feel stuck in, whatever you feel stagnant in, that's your choice. You don't have to do that anymore. The next 6 months, if you don't move, it's because you didn't want to. Genuinely, like freedom is yours. So you're gonna act. You're being pushed to do so. We're gonna get you a third card just to see if there's anything else. But I mean, there's nothing else to say as it relates to these messages, Virgo. Like freedom is yours. Like be free, fearless and bold. Like I don't know what else to say. Time for beginner mind. That's what it is. Okay. All right, my perfectionist sign. That's what's happening. Virgos don't like to start over. There's something that's going to happen in the 6 months. You're going to have to start over. It is what it is. That's what that freedom is. You don't want to be in a situation you're in. Sometimes that means start fresh. So beginner mind does not mean ignorant, you don't know anything, completely fresh slate. It just means you have to change your perspective and be open to new opportunities, new twists, new turns, areas you hadn't previously explored, right? And I'm looking at the bottom, so I'm going to take that too, just because I was looking at it. Be at home. You have to be comfortable with new situations, Virgo. I know that's not how you do. You like to be the one that knows everything, but sometimes you have to be willing to learn. Sometimes you have to be willing to explore, try new things. And that's the energy, that's the direction you're going to be pushed in the next 6 months. Okay. You're going to have to start new thought processes. You're going to have to start new skills, new hobbies, new love, a new approach to love, whether it's a current relationship or a future one. Just all of those things. If you want that freedom, you're going to have to try some new things, okay? Because you can't sit in the situation you're in, complain about how you hate it, complain about how you're not moving, complain about how you can't find love, complain about the job you have, if you're not going to make the necessary adjustments to move forward, right, over the next 6 months. And that's the energy you're going to have. So I'm going to read them again. Freedom is yours. Be fearless and bold. Time for beginner mind. Be at home, okay? So that's all I have for you today, Virgo. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hello, Libra. Welcome to the final part of your reading. We're going to get some general messages from Spirit as it relates to the next 6 months. Could be related to love, career, just anything that you need these messages any way, any place that they're touching you. That's what we're going to do, okay? So Libra, let's see what we get for you. We're not gonna be all day with these. These are just quick messages that you just need to keep in mind as you proceed over the next 6 months, whenever that is for you. So come on, Libra. Let's see. Love is all around. I'm hearing be nicer. Time for a deep dive. Okay, perspective change. And you have 2 more wanting to come out here, so I'm just going to take them. You have now is a lucky time and be here now. Okay, so you have issues living in the present moment, and that's okay, Libra, because, you know, we're going to work that out really quickly. So when it comes to this perspective that you have where everything's going wrong, no one likes you. I'm hearing some of you think that, like, no one likes you. That's not true. People do like you. It's about a perspective shift. You're just not, you're not projecting the energy you think you are. And that's why you have that time for a deep dive. Like, the energy you think you're projecting is not the energy that you're projecting. And if you would just sit with yourself for a moment, you realize that there's lots of opportunities. Love is all around. And that could be romantic as well. But right now I'm reading that card from a perspective of opportunities are all around. Opportunities for love, friendship, advancement. It's all around you. If you would just sit with yourself and evaluate the way you've been living your life, you could see. And then I want you to really, really make sure you do that, because this next 6 months, with all of that past stuff that you're sitting with, like that deep dive, that stuff you need to sit with and work out, you really do need to do it quickly, because you're approaching that lucky period of the next 6 months. Like, the next 6 months is a lucky time for you. You're going to be advancing, but you're not going to be able to enjoy it, because if you're stuck in that past stuff, then you're not going to be able to enjoy that moment. That's why you have be here now. Like, now is a lucky time. Be here now, enjoy it, experience it. Like, these next 6 months are going to be great. But if you're not in the moment, right? If you're not aware of it, right? Love is all around. I'm reading that as love is all around. now, presently. Like you're surrounded by all of these blessings, but you're so busy living in your past trauma that you can't enjoy it. So just make sure you don't fall into that energy, Libra, over the next 6 months, and just really enjoy the successes, because great things are coming towards you. Lots to be happy about, lots to feel blessed about. Allow yourself to revel in that, okay? So that's all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Scorpio, welcome to the last part of your reading. We're going to just get some quick messages from Spirit just to see any messages you need to hear over that as it relates to the next 6 months, right? In regards to career, love. I said family a while back. Could just be your general life. But whatever you need to know now and carry with you over the next 6 months, that's what we're about to see. So let me just... And this is sticking in a way that it was not, and for absolutely no reason. So don't be so stubborn, Scorpio. I know you like to be stubborn, but that's not the energy you need to carry with you over the next 6 months. So let me get these cards. You're making me feel like I'm about to say something you don't want to hear. Okay. Take the lead. Yep, definitely saying something you don't want to hear. So take the lead. I mean, that's what you have to do. If it's a romantic connection, take the lead. If it's career, take the lead. If it's a project, take the lead. If it's not happening the way you want it to happen, guess what you have to do? Take the lead, Scorpio. I mean, that's genuinely the message over the next 6 months. And I know sometimes you're sick of it. You don't want to overextend yourself, but that's the energy you need to carry with you over the next 6 months. And guess what? This card that I did not want to pull, fun fact about that card, when I started shuffling, because I was resetting this deck between each sign. So it sounds like I'm just boom, 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 boom. But like as I pause and I start again, I reset between the signs just to make sure that I'm not carrying it across piles. That card fell out as I was resetting the thing. And I feel like it came out for like multiple other signs. So all of you are kind of having some love energy coming in. So good for you over the next 6 months. But Scorpio, that situation, specifically that romantic connection, you're going to have to be the one to make that move. I hate to tell you that. And so many cards fell, so I know you're mad at me. But the one that fell face up is know your worth. So I'm not telling you to overextend yourself. See, I'm not telling you to put yourself in a situation where you have to give more than you're receiving. That's not what I'm saying at all, because you just got the card that says know your worth to close it out. You do have to take the lead, probably because you're not as approachable as you think you are, but you take the lead. Love is all around. Like if it's a person, if it's a romantic situation, that person definitely likes you back, but know your worth. Like send the signals you need to send. If you're not getting what you need from the situation, then don't worry about it. But just overall, as it relates to love, your career, your money, like know what you're worth. Like whatever, that was a sign, and maybe you have multiple placements, but like you don't have to sacrifice any aspect of yourself for anything that you don't want to. Maintain your boundaries, maintain your worth. Like you don't have to just accept any situation that you're unhappy in, right? Or just accept the bare minimum. You can turn down things, but know that if you don't take the lead, especially as it relates to romantic connections, Scorpio, that whoever comes at you is what you get. Like, not saying you have to accept those romantic offers, but if you're not going to pursue who you want, then what comes at you, those are your only options. So just keep that at the back of your mind. And that does not only apply to love, that applies to career. Like if you're looking for a specific position, and if you don't take the lead on like going out to get it, then like whatever you're in is just where you are, right? So keep those things in mind. I'm going to read them again to you, Scorpio, because I don't want to extend this too long, but just take the lead in whatever it is that you need to do. Be open and receptive, because love is all around. It's not just about love. It's about opportunities. There's opportunities all around you. Know your worth. You don't have to settle, right? You don't have to overextend in taking the lead. Take the lead enough to get what you need and nothing else. So that I'm just going to I'm going to leave you with that, okay? So if it resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Sagittarius, welcome to the final part of your reading. We're just going to pull some general messages of spirit that you want to carry with you over the next 6 months as it relates to just your life, love, career, anything like that. That's what we're going to see. So like I said, it could begin now. It doesn't have to wait until like some pivotal moment in the next 6 months. I don't know why I felt called to tell you that, but for whatever reason, Sagittarius, you don't have to wait to apply these messages. Like, they're here now. You can start applying them today. So let me just see what you need to hear starting now that you can take with you over the next 6 months. Sagittarius. And you got 3 cards landing in my lap together. So it's all cohesive, all coherent, all together. So you got bring your ideas to life, watch and wait, co-create with spirit. I see. It's funny that you got that card because I literally just said you don't have to wait to apply these messages that I'm giving you. So like you don't have to wait to apply these messages, and then you get watch and wait. So the thing about it is, there is something that you need to watch and wait on. Not applying these messages. With bring your ideas to life. Okay, so I want to say also, you may be going to doing something water-based. You may be going to the ocean soon, because I don't know why I didn't really pay too much attention to the animal spirits for the previous signs, but for you having the electric eel and the seahorse, it's making me feel like you're going to go to the ocean within the next 6 months. You're going to go to the beach. You're going to go on vacation. But again, you're Sagittarius, so that's possible, right? But yeah, I don't know if maybe that's the message. If you've been thinking about going to the beach, if you've been thinking about going on vacation, Sagittarius, just know that you don't necessarily have to plan that right now. You don't have to plan that right now, but be thinking about it. Start putting it into motion. You don't have to book it, but start putting that into motion. If you feel like you have a vacation that you need to take, put that plan into motion and just kind of sit on it, wait, because obviously we are in times that are not necessarily stable. Just kind of have that idea that you want to go and what you want to do, and just wait until the appropriate time to put that in action. But outside of vacation, your goals, your dreams, could be love, anything that you're thinking about acting on, something that you're meditating on, that whole watch and wait mentality is exactly what you need. Not as it applies to these messages, because like you still need to co-create with spirit. You do need to like take action, but that watch and wait energy is not saying, like, I just don't want you to stagnate, because the fact that I said that and that card came out, I don't want you to stagnate, just kind of sit on this. Like, don't just sit on it. Make your moves, make your plans, do whatever you need to do to be ready when the time comes. Like, I don't want you to have to scramble at the last minute, Sagittarius, because you weren't prepared. Like, watch and wait doesn't mean don't plan. It just means don't move yet. Right? I want to pull another one just to see what this watch and wait energy that's jumping out. Because, I mean, it does say bring your ideas to life, which means to plan and organize and get ready. And then to co-create with spirit, spirit does, you are in alignment. The things that you're working on are in alignment with spirit. But I'm going to pull one more card just to see. And that was not one more card. That was a lot more cards that I don't think I'm going to take. I'm not going to take those. So we're going to just pull one more just to see. And I'm going to throw it at the front because we're going to be creative today. I don't know why I'm feeling that way for you, Sagittarius, but I'm going to take this card that is the last one and put it first just because that is what's happening. Okay, that's what it's all about. Transformation is beautiful. So it's not that, like, the thing about it is, whatever it is you're working on, whatever you're thinking about, whatever your goal is, whatever vacation you want to take, whatever love you want to make a move on, it's shifting. Just let all the pieces fall where they need to fall before you make this move. Like, if you're talking about like love and like there's a person you're interested in, or if you're not having anyone specific in mind. Like let things shift the way that they need to fall before you engage that. Like if there's a career move you want to make, like let things stabilize right now before you start moving around again. Okay. Like if you're trying to go on vacation, some of you just got off vacation. Leave that alone for a while. Okay. Like just calm down, let things stabilize, plan, be thinking ahead, but don't get so far ahead that like you're moving too quickly. Like let things simmer before you make these moves. Okay. So that is all I have for you today, Sagittarius. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Capricorn, we're going to get some messages from Spirit for your last reading to make it a little more personal, something that you need to know to carry over for the next 6 months. We're going to see just general messages. It could apply to love, career, family. It could apply just your life, whatever it resonates for, whatever these messages need to come to you for. So let's just see. I'm going to do this quick. We don't want to be here all day. So let's see. The cards are kind of not sticking, but they're coming in clumps. So that's interesting, Capricorn. I don't know. Maybe you're taking on too much the next 6 months, or maybe you're taking on too much now, but whatever that is, it's time to let that go. And it makes sense because, I mean, that is what people say about Capricorns. Hard work, right? No play, but we're not doing that right now. We're going to pull these cards and we're going to put a stop to this, this energy of taking on too much. So, okay, we've got one. Co-create with Spirit, which that's not the first time that card came out. So that means that you can rely on your faith to help support you during this period. That doesn't mean it's going to be a time of hardships. It just means that you don't have to go it alone, not in spirit, not physically. Again, I just mentioned you have a tendency to take on too much. You don't have to do that in the next 6 months. Accept help, ask for help. You have time for a deep dive. These are cards that have come out already, which fine, it makes sense. We're going through 12 zodiac signs, but you may have been drawn to other signs as well if you have other placements. But I want to say co-create with Spirit and time for a deep dive. Before I even get the last card, it shows that this next 6 months you're going to be relying on your support system. Okay, that's going to be very important for you, not because it's a bad time. It's the opposite. You're learning boundaries. You're realizing you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to take on too much. You're going to start delegating things to other people. You're going to start asking for assistance. Like you're going to be able to really sit with yourself and focus on what you need to do. I'm thinking I know what piles you picked, Capricorn. I don't remember the number, but I remember this topic of kind of figuring out what fulfills you, what brings you joy. That's going to be you the next 6 months, Capricorn, because co-create with Spirit and time for a deep dive means that you're going to have to push off something to somebody else so that you can have time to yourself before you burn out. That's what's going to happen over the next 6 months, is you learning how to do that. And I was going to pull more cards, and then one jumped, and then one was in my hand. So we're going to take them both. Love is all around. Everybody's just in love. Okay, that's love is all around. Everybody's in love and dream the world into being. Now, I'm not going to lie, Capricorn, I do get some love vibes from you over the next 6 months, and that's good. But this card, that love is all around card, really for you, Capricorn, it's doubling down on that message I just talked about of relying on your support system, allowing people to help you, right? You don't have to take on all these projects alone. You don't have to do everything alone. Give somebody else something to do, something that they could help you with. And that love all around message is showing that there are so many people around you too available for you to do that. Like, it's not like it's just you. It's not like it's just you, 1 and 2 people. There's so many people around that could be taking things off of you to help you feel better so that you're not overwhelmed, whether that's in your family, whether that's in your career. Like there's so many people around you that can support you. Your friends, if you just need somebody to talk to, there's so much support around you that you're not recognizing because you're so busy keeping to yourself, because that time for a deep dive means that you're also isolating yourself from other people. So you're being discouraged from doing that, and you're being encouraged to rely on your support systems. And also that message I was saying about finding things that bring you joy, make you feel more fulfilled. You have that dream the world into being. That's what that's about, right? What makes you feel good? What's going to make you happy? And how do you go about it? But that dream the world into being is also a message that you don't always have to physically do things. Sometimes you can share a perspective and somebody else could do it. That message of taking on too much, right? Having to do everything yourself physically. Sometimes all you have to do is call somebody and say, hey, I need this done. And like one of your friends may already have it done. They'll be like, I'll just let you take mine, or whatever's going on with you, right? You don't have to do everything from the ground up, from scratch by yourself. That's the theme over the next 6 months. So making sure you enjoy yourself, making sure you allow yourself to love, fall in love, feel love, manifesting the things you've been manifesting, approaching. That's going to be coming in the next 6 months. But really you just taking time for yourself and relying on your support system so that you can have that freedom to do so. Okay, Capricorn? So that is all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Aquarius, this is your final message for this reading. We're going to get you some general messages from Spirit as it relates to the next 6 months, and it could start now. And again, like I told some other piles, you don't have to take this message and wait 6 months to apply it. You can apply it now in preparation for the next 6 months. These messages could be related to love, they could be related to career, they could be related to just general life, whatever, however it applies. Okay, so let me see what I can get for you, Aquarius. I got one in my hand. Watch your words. Okay, I feel like one of the other signs got that. So you may be, if you have placements and you're getting that twice, that's a double down message. Watch your words. You also have make your streams real. So avoid drama the next 6 months, Aquarius, because I feel like you're kind of spinning a web a little bit. Like you may be creating some drama or you may be like the central focus of some drama. Not saying you're drama prone, but it's just watch your words, mind the web you're spinning, right? Yeah. And also negative self-talk. I said that in a couple of other piles. Watch your words. Make sure that you are not manifesting things that you don't want, right? Like when you repeat things, words have weight. So if you keep saying things enough time, you begin to believe them, they begin to manifest. Just make sure you're not doing that with an overly pessimistic perspective, Aquarius. So I do want to say that you're also being encouraged to develop plans. Like if you have something that you've been wanting to work on, or something that you've been wanting to launch, reveal, do, you can also expect to be pushed in that direction over the next 6 months. And I'm feeling like I'm slowing down for your pile. So maybe that's the energy that you'll be stepping into the next 6 months, which is good if you've been super busy. But if you've been feeling stagnant, watch that, because feeling more stagnant could be a thing if you don't watch it. But you're being asked to not be aggressive anyway. So whether you've been stagnant or not, I'm feeling like the slowing down energy, where I'm slowing down from the other signs, is me realizing that you don't need to be moving so rapidly, so aggressively, so direct, right? That's why you're watching your words. Don't say exactly what you mean. That's not necessary. Sometimes you hurt people's feelings. Sometimes you offend people that have control over your career. You know what I mean? Sometimes you end up breaking up with somebody on a romantic connection because you said something you didn't quite mean. Just don't be so sharp with your words. Don't be so aggressive, so direct with your words. And especially as it relates to what you want and your goals, because if you're so direct, like if you're really aggressive, you may rub people the wrong way. Because like with this web you're spending and making your dreams real, right? Webs are really delicate. And then you have bring a gentle touch. So you're being like just a gentle touch. Don't be so rough with it, right? That's the approach you need to take the next 6 months, okay, Aquarius? So don't be so direct with your words. You know, build your dreams, but a gentle web, right? Bring a gentle touch, delicate, soft. Be soft and delicate the next 6 months, okay? Tread lightly and don't be so abrasive, okay? So that is what you need to take with you over the next 6 months, Aquarius. I'll leave you with that. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, Pisces, this is your general messages from Spirit, your final messages from this reading, just so that you can get a little more personalized feel. And I'm just going to see what messages you need to take with you over the next 6 months, beginning now, because you don't have to wait. Just it could be something you need to hear now, and take with you over that period of time. But it could relate to love, career, family, your pets. It could be anything that this is resonating for you too. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards, Pisces. Sing your own song. Okay. That could be a little message of like, make sure you're listening to music. You may be having a focus on music over the next 6 months, Pisces. But that's also a message to maintain your individuality. I remember the pile in one of the other 2 parts where that was a message. So you probably picked that, Pisces, but sing your own song. It's like maintain your individuality in whatever romantic connection, relationship, friendship, career, whatever dynamic you're in, you can be yourself. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to express you that's different from other people. Let me get something else to see why we are singing. And maybe you like to sing. Time to let go. Okay, so unfortunately, some of you here, as it relates to romantic connections, you're going to move on from some love, move on from some situation that it's not working, right? You're going to sing your own song. You're going to distance yourself from this partnership, whether it is romantic, whether it's platonic, friendship, whether it's a family member, whether it's a career. It's not working out anymore, Pisces. So within the next 6 months, we're going to make that transition away from it. Claim your independence. What? You got somebody controlling you, Pisces? What is happening? And I have another one sticking out. Okay, so that's some good news. Now is a lucky time. So you're realizing your individuality. You're realizing your independence. You're realizing who you are as a person, Pisces. And that's beautiful. That's great, because now, in that realization of who you are, what you want individually, right, without external influences, you're stepping into a period of luck and fortune, right? The last card you have is now is a lucky time. And honestly, like, what is happening? This is the last pile, so I can just put the whole stack. But Pisces, reclaim your power. What's happening? Like, were you in a controlling relationship? Do you have an overbearing spouse, overbearing parent? Like, what is happening with Pisces? You need to let me know in the comments, because I'm a little concerned. Like, reclaim your power, sing your own song, time to let go, claim your independence. I mean, I'm happy to see that the next 6 months, like, this is a lucky period, but I mean, like, what kind of cage have you been in this whole period of time? Have you just been holding yourself back because, you haven't been comfortable in your own identity, being who you are unapologetically? It's okay. Like I said, it's okay, and it's going to be okay, because it is a lucky time. But I mean, that is the emphasis of the next 6 months, is you, nobody else, independence, yourself. Like, I usually say, don't be so selfish, but Pisces, the next 6 months, you're going to be selfish. And that is very important for you to do for your happiness. Take advantage of that luck, right? Like, don't hold back. Make sure that you're not passing up on things because they don't benefit other people, right? Now is a lucky time. Like, it's okay to do something because the point I was making, that it's okay to do something because it only benefits you. And like, my stuff cut off as I was saying that. So clearly you have issues with that, and people around you do as well. So make sure that you don't hold yourself back, hold back your progression for other people because honestly, you can't even help other people if you're not in a position to help yourself. So don't ever make that sacrifice, because it doesn't benefit anybody, honestly, in the long run. The only people that it benefits are the people that don't want to see you thriving, doing well. Like, they're okay that you can't help them because they just don't want you to have either. So don't stress too much about taking everybody with you as you achieve things, Pisces. Don't worry about making sure that other people are doing well, whether it's love, friendship, family. Because again, I just see a lot of you moving on from people that you've outgrown, whether that's romantic, whether it's family, whether it's career, right? So it just take these messages, Pisces. I hope that they resonated. If they did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.